Hi friends, and welcome to the weekly moon update. In these videos, we talk about the moon energy for the current week, as well as a little bit of astrology. In this video's case, we are talking about October 6th through the 12th. We're starting this week off with a big bang and a bright Aries full moon, and this is our first full moon out of eclipse season. So this fire energy and this Aries energy has the ability of just giving us this fresh start and this clean slate, because with Aries, we're talking about spring energy, but it also has the ability to burn away all of that residual energy that might be left over from eclipse season. So we have a lot to talk about this week. Let's jump into it. So as you can see, we have our big bright full moon happening here on Monday. So that means the rest of the week, we have a waning gibbous moon. So you can see there's a little sliver of shadow coming in on the right-hand side. That means the moon is waning. The moon will be full on Monday evening at 11:47 p.m. And we're having really long void of course times this week. So it feels like normally the moon is in a sign for 2.5 days, but because of these really long void of course times, it feels kind of shorter than that. So the moon is only moving into Aries officially at 12:48 a.m. Monday morning, but then it's going to start to transition Tuesday. So it kind of feels like we're only in Aries for a day and a half. And again, really long void of course time. We won't enter Taurus until really early in the morning. So it's kind of, we're having like these almost an entire 24 hours. It's more like 23 hours of a transition time, which is kind of interesting. I still don't know. I don't know how to find that information, why the moon takes a specific time. It might actually be that we take, might be an earth issue. But I really have no idea. So I know last week was technically like our first week of October, but this week is the first full week of October. And Mercury's also coming in this week with Scorpio energy. So Mars moved into Scorpio last month. Now Mercury's moving into Scorpio. So even though we're technically in Libra season, some of the planets are already moving into Scorpio, which sets the tone for our fall and Halloween spooky vibes. So Mercury, I don't know, Mercury in Scorpio is a kind of interesting energy. Mercury is the planet of communication, and it feels like Mercury in Scorpio to me feels like keeping secrets or uncovering secrets or like solving a mystery. I imagine that people with Mercury in Scorpio have the ability to like read between the lines, uncover the truth about situations, which is kind of interesting because our card for this week is all about truth. Yeah, just Scorpio understands the shadow and the subconscious and the dark and the spooky. So it's very surface level for them. So while most people might not recognize that people are hiding things or being secretive about things, Scorpio just sees it like plain as day. So that's kind of the energy, or my interpretation of the energy of Mercury and Scorpio is just, I don't know, just being able to look at somebody or listen to somebody talking to you and know if they're being authentic or telling the truth or not. So that's happening. Mercury's moving into Scorpio on Monday. So now we have Mercury and Mars in Scorpio. Start off this October week. So, or we're starting to come full circle with our Aries moon here, because we start off spring and we start off the zodiac season with an Aries new moon. So you've gone an entire 6 months, and you might, around this time, you might want to be looking back at what your intentions were in the spring, and see the full moon puts a spotlight on things. So it's like, what came to fruition, what didn't, what's working, what didn't, what do you maybe want to think about changing about your intentions or your ideas or your dreams, or, and specifically what wasn't working and what needs to go. What, because Aries, yes, Aries fire can ignite and start things, but it can also burn things away. So especially after eclipse season, when we had a lot of gunk come up from the subconscious, an Aries full moon can burn it all away, let it go, release it, and so that you're able to start fresh. Aries is really kind of like is kind of like Phoenix energy, in the sense that it's like the rising from the ashes is the spring and the rebirth, but at the same time it is that destruction and that death and release at the same time. Death and birth, the same thing, the same side of each coin. So this is going to be a big bright full moon that I think is really going to help us kind of isolate the things that aren't serving us and helping us to let go and release them. If you attended our live moon meeting that we did, you will know that the exercise that we are working with is burning away 3 things that we're like letting go of, and we cut out leaves and are writing the things that we're letting go of, and then I've encouraged you to let them go, let them fall like fall leaves. I'm personally going to burn mine because I just like burning things. Just feels like this finality, this total release. So I'm personally going to burn it, but you can do that with any slip of paper, writing down something that you're ready to let go of and burning it. That's my favorite thing to do on an Aries full moon. Yeah, so the Aries full moon has journaling questions about exactly that. What are you letting go of? What are you releasing? And maybe what things you want to keep smoldering, what do you want to keep burning throughout the colder months of the year. So you might want to be doing, if you're watching this live when this video premieres, you might want to be doing your full moon releasing ceremony if that's what you choose to do Sunday evening. But you can also do it Monday evening. Just remember that, like, you can also do it Monday evening, which when the moon is 100% full, that would be really nice to light some candles before you go to bed, set intentions, and burn your leaves, burn your fall leaves. So we'll be in Aries energy all day Monday and part of Tuesday as well. The moon will start to transition at 2:23 p.m. Then it will move into Taurus on Wednesday. So after the first day of spring and after those first little sproutlings burst through the soil, Taurus season comes in, and that's when they really establish their roots, establish their stalks. Like, if you've ever grown plants from seed before, like, the little tiny sproutlings are so delicate. They're almost like their little stems are almost like as thin as hairs. They're so delicate, and their little leaves are so soft, like kind of like tissue paper. They're so delicate. So Aries energy, even though we are talking about they had that burst of energy to get through the soil, but at the same time they're so delicate. They're new baby fawns walking around on their little wobbly legs. It's such delicate energy, but Taurus energy brings in that earth and that strength and that stability that strengthens their stalk and makes their leaves fuller and bigger. It makes their roots go down deeper and stronger into the soil. So Taurus, literally, my keyword for Taurus is stability. It gives you that grounding and that footing to help you to continue on with your goals and intentions. Aries is like so excited and running too fast and just like trying to get there as fast as they can. Taurus is like, wait, let's slow down. Let's conserve our energy. Let's use our energy to strengthen and to become strong so that we can sustain, so that we can continue, so that we can keep going. So even though this is a waning moon, it's still a waning gibbous moon. So we still have a lot of energy here. But Taurus does encourage us to slow down a little bit. So we'll be in Taurus energy all day Wednesday and all day Thursday, but we'll start to move into void of course at 8:30 p.m. and then it's another long transition and we'll move into Gemini on Friday at 1:12 a.m. So after we've established our roots and our footing and our one step at a time energy with Taurus, Gemini comes in and is like, and Gemini almost like brings the excitement again because it's Gemini brings the energy into the mind and helps us come up with like new ideas or to see the other perspective. Gemini is the twin, so it's like seeing two sides of the coin or both sides of the coin and like understanding. And Gemini really just kind of like wants to have the experience. So while Taurus is like, wait, we have to slow down and establish our roots, and Aries is like, oh yeah, I'm so excited about this, let's go. Gemini is like, well, both of those things are true. Let's talk about it. Like, why are you excited about it? And what was it that made you feel strong? Like Gemini just wants to have the conversation and to experience the thing. So that's why we say that Gemini is a little bit more playful because it's not as like serious and grounded as Taurus, and it's not as like running all over the place like Aries is. It's just like, hey, let's just be here. Let's be in this present. Like I see where you're coming from. Like we're all coming from different walks of life, but like what do we have in common? Like what is the same? And like they just want to have that conversation and have that energy and just experience it. Whereas like some of the signs can be like, no, this is the only way that we can do this. Gemini's like, but we can do both. We can do both of the things. And it's nice energy to have on a Friday because it's like the end of the work week, hopefully for you. And you just want to go like this Gemini energy on a Friday is like going out to have drinks after work with your coworkers. And just, you know, man, that was a crazy long week, but we got through it and we did it. And like, we're still friends. We can still talk about it. We can still have fun. We can still laugh. We can still joke. So Gemini just brings this lighthearted kind of energy into things. So, well, another day and a half really will be in Gemini energy all day Friday, most of Saturday as well. Void, of course, won't start until 10:55 p.m. Saturday evening, and then we'll move into Cancer at 2:37 a.m. Sunday morning. So we'll be in Cancer energy all day Sunday, and that means that we will be starting off next week with Cancer on Monday, which I say this all the time. It's not my favorite to start off the week with a water sign, but out of all of the water signs, I would choose Cancer because Cancer can still get things done. Even if Cancer is watery and emotional, like all of the water signs, they still take the initiative to get the thing that needs to be get done. So a Cancer Sunday kind of has this meal prepping kind of energy to it, like going to the grocery store, stocking your cabinets with all the things that you need for the week, actually cooking and freezing food if you feel like you need it, planning ahead, making sure all of everybody's needs are met. Cancer is the mother energy, the loving and caring and nurturing energy. So making sure that like you have enough food for the week, everybody's done their homework for the week, or for Monday, you've finished your assignments and projects, you got all your chores done. So this does have a kind of nice energy for Sunday afternoon. Okay, so our card for today is coming from the Archangel Fire Oracle. So I was like, I really don't have any fire decks. A lot of times, and especially for Aries energy, I have one deck that is a god oracle, and the imagery is very fiery, Like, so I do often use it for Aries energy, masculine energy. But one of the reasons why I don't like it is because every card has the same kind of energy to it when it's supposed to be depicting all of these different gods. So I don't use it that often. Sometimes I use it for Aries energy, but I really just don't have Aries fire. And I was looking through all my decks and I was like, what deck is going to be right for the Aries full moon? And I came to this deck. Now, while it doesn't really, I mean, it's an angel deck. So, I mean, that does not necessarily represent fire, but it is divided into colors. All of the angels are divided into different, there's an orange ray, a yellow ray, a green ray, a turquoise ray, pink, red, russet, black, blue, purple, violet ray. Like, most people have heard of the violet flame. So this deck is organized lumping the angels into categories based on the color of their ray or fire. So that's why it's the Archangel Fire Oracle. So we're talking about energetic flames with this deck, and I'm assuming this is a silver ray. What ray is this? Platinum ray. So yeah. So I have not read the information in the guidebook yet, but the things that were jumping out at me the most about this card is this is basically the Justice card. This is Libra energy. And if you haven't forgotten, this is Libra sun season, but we have not had our Libra new moon yet because we had that second Virgo moon. So this feels like, so Libra new moon is normally paired with an Aries full moon. So Libra is kind of like stepping up to the plate here, like, hey, don't forget about me. Actually, I think that is the Libra symbol. Well, the Libra symbol is very similar. It has a line underneath it, but I don't know. Maybe the card will explain it. So the other thing that I'm noticing now, and I only noticed it when we got to Friday and Gemini energy, this is very much Gemini energy as well. So, just right off the bat, without reading any of the information in the guidebook, feels like it's aligning with this week already. Okay, and this is also an archangel that I've never worked with or heard of before, but this is the twin Urin. And the key word for this card is truth. Just I was saying that earlier. Truth does come up again. So the mighty Urin are a pair of great twin angels who are said to reside in the sixth heaven, together with another set of twin angels known as the Quadasin. The Urin constitute the highest council of judgment in the heavenly courts. They are among 8 ultra-powerful angels, which have a rank that is superior even to that of mighty Metatron. According to the Bible, the Urin are known as the Watchers, and as Watchers, they are able to see the whole truth of every situation. In their oracle, they are shown as male and female philosophers or politicians from ancient Greece. They are wearing blindfolds as a nod to the Lady Justice and the notion of blind justice. The Urin see absolutely everything, so when they are around, we are rarely even able to hide from ourselves. They open our eyes to that which we may have been previously blind to show us where we have been blindsided, so they can help us achieve the gift of true discernment. This is kind of funny because that's kind of the energy that I was talking about with Mercury and Scorpio. It's like people might think that they're able to hide things, but not from somebody with Mercury and Scorpio. It feels like a second or a sixth sense of Mercury and Scorpio to just be able to understand like what somebody is really saying when they're saying it. So that's kind of interesting that this comes up in this card. So likewise, if you are in a situation where the truth seems to evade you, call on the Urin to clearly show you the truth at the heart of the matter. Most empaths and sensitives are highly susceptible to seeing only the good in others. Oh my God, so true. However, this can be disempowering when we later discover that another may have been acting in a way that was not entirely in integrity. Or perhaps they were acting selfishly and didn't have the best intentions with regards to the impact of their actions on us. To me, the Urin represent the ultimate justice, balance, harmony, and order. Whenever they appear, they carry a set of silver and gold scales. They use these scales to help us recognize the duality or polarities within our lives and show us where more balance may be needed. Like Soquidhozi and Zuriel, which are other archangels, they can also help us to align our masculine and feminine energies, but mostly they also help us to delineate between right and wrong in order to keep ourselves accountable for our actions, or to stand up to those who may be wronging us or taking advantage of our good nature in some way. The Urin can help highlight any injustices and show you how to act as a peaceful but powerful mediator to help resolve issues from the highest possible vantage point. The powerful pair of angels are incredibly potent to pray to if you are ever involved in a legal situation or court case. You can ask them to raise the matter up to a higher level of justice in order for it to be reviewed by the heavenly courts. There are justice systems in every dimension and at every level of existence. So if you ever feel you are being unfairly tested or cannot see a way out of an entanglement, call on the Urin to intervene on your behalf and bring the fastest and most harmonious and fair resolution to a situation. If you invite the Urin into your life, they will bring you into swift alignment to your core truth and help you find and awaken the most authentic self possible. That sounds nice. The message says, ask us to bring you clarity when the truth evades you. We can help you to discern the right choice when making an important decision or when you are unsure of the highest course of action to take. With our help, anything remaining hidden will soon come swiftly into light. So another thing about like a full moon is that it illuminates everything. It brings, like, you can't hide at night with a full moon because it's so bright, it's so light. So the truth is being illuminated with this Aries full moon, it seems. So we have an Earth Star chakra. Oh, never mind. I thought for a second, so our crystal is black tourmaline, and the crystal on this card is black kyanite. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, we got the same crystal. I don't know that that's ever happened before, but really close, really close. So this is an Earth Star chakra card. The crystal they recommend is black kyanite, and the herb is myrrh resin. The energy of this week feels like, I don't know, with this like ancient Greek card, there's, I don't know, the myrrh resin. I can't really like find the right words of what I'm looking for. It feels very like, I don't know, like aligning with your true self, with your authentic self, with like your higher self who's possibly had a life in ancient Greece, like being in alignment with all of your lives. I don't know. Anyway, so soul memory is the chakra card. Find the balance and beauty in being present while drinking from the wisdom of the past. There is gold to be mined from what no longer is, and precious nuggets to be tilled from what is hidden. Sojourn in the deep, travel for a while back in time to receive the lessons still active for you. The greatest gifts await you when you give yourself permission to go back and within. To retrieve them, you cannot live in your memory, but it's good and advised to visit. So these are the situations that may have been difficult in your life, and maybe it's been a while since you've been through it, so now you feel capable or aware enough or strong enough to go back and revisit those things. And when we do, we often find the little nuggets of gold, is what they're saying, just understand, you find this understanding of, I understand why I went through that, because I would not be the person I am now without having going through that. And unfortunately, once you go through something, there's going to be something else that we have to go through, and it's just never ending. I mean, that's just how life is. There is no getting to this point of total bliss and acceptance, because we have to encounter obstacles in order to evolve and change. That's just the way that it is. I honestly think that the struggle is worse and more difficult and more painful when we're resisting it, honestly. I see that in my own life when I'm resisting change or holding on to something for too long, it tends to get more difficult. But the point is, like, the point is to get agitated so that you move, so that you change, so that you do something different. Okay, so not black tourmaline, I mean, not black kyanite, but we have black tourmaline as our crystal for this week. Black tourmaline is the most protective stone. It's a root chakra gem that creates an energetic shield around you, deflecting negativity and sealing holes in your auric space. It counteracts energy depletion, wards off nightmares, connects you with divine wisdom, and keeps you feeling safe and well. The affirmation is, I am safe and protected within an energetic field. So I am assuming that this crystal is coming up for us to feel safe and protected, because it has been my experience that when we are letting go of things, especially things that have been in our lives for a very long time, it feels very scary and it feels very vulnerable, very much like those Aries, those little Aries sproutlings that are so fragile and so delicate. Um, my experience with like shedding and releasing things that have been kind of with me for a long time is that it almost feels like my skin is exposed, like, or it feels like I don't have skin on, which I know is like a very gross visual. I don't mean it visually, I mean it like aesthetically. It feels like when you're touched, it just feels so sensitive, because this layer that used to protect you is no longer there. So it just feels like you have this open wound, or that your skin is exposed and you just feel very vulnerable and unsafe. So I suspect that if we're burning things away, we might be feeling energetically as if we have been burned or scarred. So black tourmaline is something that can help give us an extra layer of protection while we are kind of adjusting to the new sensitivities that we may have opened ourselves up to, or the new situations we may have opened ourselves up to. So I hope that you have a wonderful week. I hope that this week is kicked off with like all of this wonderful fiery energy. I hope that you are not feeling too scared and vulnerable to step into this new life outside of eclipse season. I'm really ready for it. I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for October. October is just one of those months where you just feel like, I feel like myself in October. Like I feel like, I don't know, I guess because you're allowed to be weird and witchy and spooky in Halloween. So I guess October just feels like you can just be yourself. Most people are dressing up in costumes, but for me, I just feel like, oh, I can just be me. I can just be me this month. um, all right, so I hope that you guys have a good week. Remember that you can call on these angels to help you see the truth of a situation, to help you resolve an issue. And also it feels like it can help, they can help you to just step into your authentic self, which is what we're stepping out of eclipse season. Essentially, that's what eclipse season does, is it like recalibrates and reorganizes our energetic being, and we're kind of stepping out of it as this new person. So I hope that you are feeling this energy and that you're ready for it, because I certainly know that I have been. I mean, geez Louise, this year has been so nutso, and hopefully we're just going to coast in. I haven't looked at the months ahead, as astrologically speaking, so hopefully hopefully we're just going to coast through the end of this year and then get hit with an early eclipse season next year. But I don't know. I hope that you have a good week. Happy full moon. Thank you for being with me here today. I cannot wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon. What are you talking about? What's going on down here? Got a little jungle looking